Okay, welcome to a bit of a different video today. Today we're going to be talking about karting, my karting. I said obviously in the season preview that I did for season launch at Bewley at the start of last month in January that we'd be talking a little bit more about my karting after doing a season review last year, at the end of last year, which was a popular one and people enjoyed it. So we're going to be doing a little bit more of that. Today we're just having a little bit of a preview of my karting, of what's to come this season, in particular what we're doing at Kart Track Chroma. So yeah, let's see what we've got coming up. So just obviously starting at the beginning of the year, it was quite nice to have sort of a few weeks off over Christmas. It was nice to switch off from it all and spend some time with the family. That was really nice, but it was good once we could get going again. After Christmas, it was nice to get started again. Obviously, weather at the minute's been quite cold. We've not actually had any rain yet when I've been out, which has been quite lucky. But the karts seem to, perform really well when it's cold. They seem to not overheat as much, which works. And at this sort of time of year, it's a good opportunity to get a good lap time in and get good practice in, which we've obviously been doing at the youth club so far, but also we've been now. In the more recent ones, we've been looking forward to the Junior League, which is starting very soon, which I would have thought I'm going to be doing some kind of video around it, perhaps, even if it's just me, like this, speaking about it. So yeah, it's been good in the youth clubs recently to be sort of looking forward to that, not just, trying to perfect our lap times or whatever. It's been good looking towards the Junior League and practicing sort of overtakes, battling, defending, working out where we can make moves and where we should defend and where we maybe shouldn't. So like the last couple of years, the main sort of thing we're going to be involved with this year is the Junior League at Kart Track Chroma. I've mentioned it a few times in this video, which is a great little series they run for the junior drivers for do the youth club, and the racing's really close. Obviously it works well because obviously Kart Track Chroma is quite a short circuit, so you've always got something to battle with. The battles are great. We're going to have more races this season because obviously last year, right at the start of the year, we were in lockdown. There was very little we could have done about that. So it's good we're going to get the whole sort of campaign this year, all things being well. So that'll be something to look forward to. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's difficult going into a new season to know what to expect because you don't know if there's going to be any new drivers that are going to be there who are going to be really quick, or you don't know where everyone's going to be at, and it's interesting to see at the first round what everyone's brought to the table, really. So it's coming into it. I'm not sure how I'm feeling. I'm feeling more confident than I was last season going into the new one. I know that was a lot later on because of lockdown, as I said. But I think because last year, going into that first race, I'd only had that very sort of stop-start on and off season during COVID, where I'd said in my season review last year that 2020 I learnt so much with it being my first season in the Junior League, with the race start procedures, battling where to overtake, where you maybe shouldn't. But every time we started to get somewhere, and every time I thought, yeah, maybe next time we can be fighting for a podium or whatever, we were then sort of there was an obstacle in the way, whether it be a lockdown or having to isolate or not being able to make an event due to logistics or whatever. So going into this new season, having done the whole campaign last year, with a lot more success, with a lot more consistency, with a lot more confidence, that's really going to help going into the new year to sort of say, look, we did it last year. Let's hope we can just carry the momentum through, learn from our mistakes, because we made some last year, because that's racing. You're never going to have a perfect season, really. So it's nice coming into the new year knowing that we can hopefully build on what we achieved last year. So obviously any of you that sort of followed my karting or know me or watched my actually season review last year, which I spent about 10 minutes banging on about this, was a big thing about last year. My aim was to get a podium. Obviously the first aim was to have some consistency after the up and down year in 2020, which I achieved, and then obviously getting the podium, that was a real confidence booster, and it was nice to get that. So I think it's good going into a new season. I think a lot of drivers would agree, and those that I've interviewed have often agreed. Going into a new year, it's good to have a goal or an aim or something you want to achieve. Obviously, last season for me, it was a podium. So it's interesting because it really helps having something to aim for, something you really want and you'll fight for, you know. But obviously, on the other hand, it can be quite difficult sometimes because you're putting out more pressure on yourself. Because I definitely noticed once I had got that podium, which was sort of in the middle of the season, closer to the end probably. It was August time, and we finished in November, so it was a fair bit through the season. I think after I'd done that and achieved what I wanted to, I then was a lot more relaxed, and I didn't worry about it as much. Of course, when you're sat on the grid, of course you're going to be, you know, nervous and stuff, but a lot of that pressure went away, and that was quite nice, really. Not that I, you know, lost momentum with it or lost interest. It was just a lot more relaxing, just being able to, you know, think, right, we're going to go out there, have a good battle. If stuff doesn't work out, well, you know, I'd love another podium because, you know, that was a great feeling when that happened. But if it doesn't happen, you know, I can be okay with that. There's no pressure. It's happened. So going into the new season, I'd like to get on the podium again. If I can get a couple more this year, that would be nice. Obviously, we're going to have a lot more races. I said we're going to have 10 meetings this year, which is a lot more than last year because of COVID. So that's really good. So that's going to give us... So if I can get, I don't know, two or three podiums, I'd be happy. If that's the aim. But obviously, just more consistency, learning even more, because that's the thing with racing. You're always learning. And if I can come off the kart track and say, yep, I've learned something today, I'm satisfied, I'm happy. So they're the aims. We'll be working as hard as we can to achieve those. And just to be fair, try and have some fun with it. Obviously, I would have thought this will be my last year in the Junior League age-wise, how it works out. So I'm just going to enjoy the races, enjoy the pressure, enjoy the challenge of it. But yeah, definitely something that's going to be coming up more on the channel is these kind of videos talking about karting. Obviously, I sort of specialise in the interviews, and that's sort of my cup of tea, what I like doing. But it's nice sometimes to sort of sit down, talk about my karting, which is nice after sort of documenting lots of other drivers' seasons via interviews or season reviews or season previews or that sort of thing. It's nice once you've been focusing on lots of other drivers, whether they've been British Touring Cars, Mini Challenge, Ginettas, anything like that. It's nice to then sort of focus on like my racing a bit, even though it's, you know, nowhere near as, you know, big as BTCC or anything like that. It's nice to sort of talk about what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm just as passionate about my karting off the track than I am on the track. I think something I like about racing is a lot of people think you just turn up at a racetrack, go fast in a car or a kart, and then if you win, that's great. If you don't, well, better luck next time. But I think it's nice, everything that comes with racing. I love, you know, the social sides of it and the media sides of it, and obviously this is why I want to get into motorsport commentary. So that's what's coming up in the next few months. First junior race coming up very, very soon. I'm very much looking forward to it. It'd be great to be back out there. Yeah, honestly, the winter break went really quick. It's a shame the touring car winter break's not going as quickly. But we're ready to go. I've been your host, Louis Hedge. Thank you so very much for watching. If you could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys again soon.